Hey everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And today we're reviewing Love is Blind. So, it's on Netflix. It's streaming on Netflix, at least here in Canada. It's called Love is Blind, although it went through several title changes, so you might see movie posters that tell you otherwise. But that is the title you will find it under presently. What is it about? It is about a young woman. I think she is turning 21 in the movie. Still at home. She has not moved away for school or career or even just independence. She is at home taking care of her father, who has Parkinson's. And he feels guilty and he doesn't quite like this arrangement, but she cannot be persuaded. Quite early on, we learn that there's something a little bit different in their arrangement, in that the father speaks to his wife and is constantly admonished by his daughter that this wife has been dead for 10 years. So of course, in the later stages of Parkinson's, dementia can be a factor. But we are not always sure if it is a factor in this case, because sometimes we see the mother. Does she exist? Are we seeing a projection, wishful thinking? Or is it in fact the daughter who has the problem? And it has been proposed that she might. Other people have diagnosed her as having sort of a selective vision problem, which does exist in the world, and it just makes certain things invisible to you. She cannot see her mother, or her mother is dead and her father still talks to her. Which is it? We don't know. And actually, for most of the purposes in this movie, it doesn't really matter, because this young woman already has her own problems and her father already has other problems, and they are just both on their paths towards health. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. She has been seeing the same psychotherapist for the past 4 years, and she's not cured yet. Fair to say?
Fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's not helping that they're also dating.
It's not helping? No. And I mean, for someone as fastidious as he, it's weird that he is willing to break rule
It makes
number
no
one.
sense that he would ever do that, as you said. It's totally against every other aspect of his character.
And if he's been seeing her for 4 years, he's been seeing her since before she was even 18. So, according to him, he has tried every therapy in the book to rid her of whatever that ails her. And certainly she is depressed, she is lonely, she is grief-stricken. She's got a lot on her plate, and nothing has helped. He apparently has been willing to try some pretty out-there therapies, and he is now proposing one last effort: group therapy. Not a kind of group therapy I have ever seen. He's going to just pair her up with the demolition guy across the street, who is not even his patient. I mean, it's a weird kind of matchmaking by her therapist / boyfriend, hooking her up with a guy that he doesn't really know, who hasn't asked for therapy. And as it turns out, she can't see him either. So that maybe adds a little credence to the she has a selective vision problem theory. So this new guy, the construction guy, the demolition guy, played by Aidan Turner, comes on the scene. And I don't know, can two wounded people help each other out?
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, this movie, it's not really about plot. It's not really about plot. It really is a thinking movie, a reflecting movie. You know, he is suicidal. He is constantly looking for ways to die. She apparently can't see the people she loves. Her father is a question mark.
But she can see her dad.
Yeah, she can see her dad. I know, it's a weird thing.
Hey, you can't make sense of it.
It's hard to make sense of. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's it. You can't make sense of it.
You can't make sense of it, so stop trying, Jay. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling myself that.
Okay.
I had to tell myself that throughout the movie.
Okay. So here's where I'm guessing we disagree. I kind of liked the movie.
We do disagree. I did not really enjoy this, which is disappointing because it started out well because it had like the first song is a good song, Apocalypse, and it fit really well with what was going on. Mm-hmm. And then that was it. That was the part of the movie that I liked, and then all the stuff started happening, and no, it lost me. Totally lost me. Like within the first 10 minutes, I was gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's definitive.
It was definitive for me.
So that is fair, Sean. It is a definitive statement, certainly. And I will not try to convince you or anyone else that it is a good movie. I will say that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it probably for all the reasons that you hated it. I enjoyed this sort of dreamy, beautiful, ephemeral qualities of just, you know, the dust motes through the sunshine and the quiet moments.
There's some nice shots, that's for sure. And it is unreal. It is dreamlike in a lot of parts. And there is something to be said about that. It's a unique vision that unfortunately, just the movie itself could not keep my attention.
Okay. I mean, I felt it had my attention. I think you have to give up very early on in figuring stuff out. This is not a diagnosis that you need to make. It is not a mystery that you need to solve. People, of course, are puzzles, but we are going to leave them to piece it out themselves. We're just going to sit back and use this opportunity to ponder the great qualities of life. What is love? Is it a physical presence or is it a feeling? And can it be felt even when it's absent, technically? And, how do you fall in love and still want to die? What does visibility really mean as a person? If you feel your whole life that you wanted to be invisible and now the one person you love doesn't see you. I just thought there were so many sort of exciting things to contemplate, to turn over in your mind, and I thought the settings were always quite beautiful. It was a visually striking movie. The color blocking I loved. Certainly the characters were painted with their own color palettes. There were moments of great sorrow. There were moments of great joy. I just think it really hits on so many of, life and birth and death. It really hits so many highs and lows, and we have our notions of mental health wrapped up in these, and even physical health, and what does it all mean and what makes it worthwhile. And obviously that answer changes for all of us. Every person has a different standard or a different metric system, and I just thought it was really interesting to see people trying so hard to be well and other people trying so hard to leave. And it just, it's a beautiful mess. It is. It is not a linear path storytelling. It's not really about the plot at all. It's really, I think, almost like a meditation, a guided meditation. That's
fair. Yeah. That's a good summary of it, and you make me wish I had enjoyed it more, because it's not a bad movie, but it was just
it's trying too hard to be bad. But here's the thing, we completely disagree, and I think we both have valid points, and I think you know, who you are as a person and what you bring in influences how you're going to take this movie. And that's okay. You know, do you need to have... No, but you like your stories to have structure and hopefully boobs or explosions.
Agreed, yeah.
I know.
Yes, and I like there to be answers, I guess. And there aren't answers in this movie, which is to be expected with the subject matter. You can't. These are things that you can just meditate on forever. Mm-hmm. That's unsatisfying to me, I will admit.
Yeah, that's not the only problem, because certainly there are lots of great movies with ambiguous endings that you've been pretty comfortable with.
That's true.
Although I guess you just have your own theory and...
Yeah, I think that's it. Those movies along those lines that I enjoy tend to be ones where they give you the pieces and leave it ambiguous and you can figure it out from there. Mm-hmm. But that is kind of the goal there, is to figure out those movies. That is not going to be the goal here.
No. It is, like life, it is a little bit unknowable, and you just have to be comfortable with taking the journey with whatever cards that are played.
Wow, that's very deep.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh boy, sorry about that.
No, that's good. That fits.
So yeah, it's not a movie for everyone. It may not be for you. It may be exactly for you. It is funny how some movies can hit two people very differently, but it happens all the time. And we love to disagree about stuff like that, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Just wait until we review a Michael Bay movie. So the movie is called Love is Blind. You know, you can use our different interpretations to gauge whether or not you would like it. But it is...
Or just try it because it's on Netflix.
Exactly. You have very little to lose. Do remember, you're allowed to turn it off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.